What's going on, everybody? So today we're gonna be doing some harvesting, and we got, I would say, a lot to harvest, from different types of greens all the way to herbs. So you can see we've got some Swiss chard in here, and for me, this is our summertime spinach, right? Similar taste. Now, one of the great things I like about Swiss chard is the pest pressure is usually going to be a lot lower on your Swiss chard. So for those of you that like greens, I would, maybe throw some Swiss chard in there and see how that does. So again, you get a lot of productivity starting from the spring all the way out through even winter, because they're pretty hardy too. Now, also, what we have planted with the Swiss chard are carrots, and then you can see some flowers in here, different marigolds. And basically what those marigolds are doing is just creating a little bit of confusion as far as scent for the different insects that may want to come in and try to, nibble on your Swiss chard or whatever greens you have. But let's go ahead and start harvesting. I've got some rubber bands that I'm going to use. And so with your Swiss chard, I'm going to go to the bottom and then just twist off, okay? So look at that. Here's one bushel here. Take my rubber band and wrap it up. You can see down in the basket we've got another bushel, and we'll probably eat these tonight with our dinner. And so again, one of the most productive summer greens or slash spinach that you can have. And so let's go ahead and see what's next. Looks like some turnip. All right, so now we moved on to the turnip greens. And the funny thing is, the actual turnip itself, a lot of people cook them just like a potato. It's got the same consistency. But for us, we do eat them. We do eat the actual turnip, but for me personally, I like the greens. I know a lot of you, like the collards, you like the mustards, but some people enjoy the greens on these turnips. So let's go ahead and take one here. Look at that. Nice turnip green there. Now, this time of year, I know that we're coming to the end of the growing season for the turnips, and I want to start to pick them before they start going to seed, right? So once they start going to seed, the greens don't taste as good. So yeah, we're on a very, very short time schedule, and so yeah, it's time to start picking them. Look at these beautiful greens. Look how many we got, and we've only got 5-6 turnips. All of this is off one turnip, but let's go ahead and get more. We also have carrots and some marigolds growing in here as well. Again, we want the aroma to create confusion here. Now look at this. Look at this. We've already got one bushel here of turnips. So we'll probably eat these sometime this week. May give some to my mother-in-law if she wants any. So yeah, we got turnips for days. And again, you can get a ton of greens just off 6 turnips by themselves. Now, usually we grow a little bit more for the actual turnip, especially if we're in a position where we want potatoes, but the potatoes obviously take a little bit longer. You talking turnips, once they start moving 30 days, they're pretty mature and you can start eating off of those. So again, if you're looking for an alternate to potatoes, turnips work wonders, and you get the green. All right, so this is what we got so far. You can see we got the turnips in there. We got the Swiss chard in here. Let's see what else we can find. here's our salad bed. So you can see we got kale straight up in here. We've got cauliflower growing out on the outer edges. But what we want is to get some of this lettuce in here. So I'll probably take 2 heads of the lettuce, and then I'll leave a few in here. That way they can go to seed, and we don't have to buy any seed for next year or the year after. So as the weeks go on, we'll show you what that looks like. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and take this one. I'm gonna come a little bit closer so you can see. But I want to get this one before it starts to go to seed. So see, you know, this is my favorite. And a lot of people like to wait to harvest them all towards the end of the year, like November. But we like to eat on collards throughout the entire year for the most part. And I can see that the bugs are gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the ones that look like they're ready to go. So we'll probably mix these with a little bit of turnips, but I just don't want them to go to waste. I've been seeing a little cabbage moths flying around. So we're gonna go ahead and pick some of these collards. Sure, my wife will be happy about that. So go ahead and pick some of these. Now, we're not growing these to put on a show. We're actually growing them because we're gonna eat them. Now, one of the good things about picking some, even this time of the year, even though it's early, is once you start picking them, it sends a signal to the plant, and then it starts to say, hey, you know what? We're losing some. Let's double the production. So every time I pick, give it a little fertilizer, it comes back much more exponential than it did before. Now look at this one here. This is a nice, beautiful vate here. And so that's the variety we're going with this year. We do have some top bunch collards that are growing on the east side of the house. And it's actually from one of the same plants as last year. So we chopped down the base of that plant, and then a couple months later, now it's firing off new plants. And we may look at that we picked turnips, we picked Swish Chard. Now I do see some broccoli are starting to form, but it's too early for those right now. And one of the things I wanted to say is I can already see this year is not gonna be the best for broccoli, but it's gonna be an exceptional year for cauliflower. And the reason why I know that is because I can tell by the size of the plants. Those are always pretty telling on what you're gonna have for the most part. So let's see if we can find some strawberry. I know I've been seeing them all over. I've been eating at least 10 a day. It looks like there's at least 20 to 30 of them ready to harvest now, but let's see what we. All right, so here's I would guesstimate about 4 by 8 feet area of strawberry. I mean, there's been a ton growing in here. So let's go ahead and see what we can find. Hopefully we can find some that aren't damaged or already bitten off of by the insect. So let's see what we can get here. Yeah, that's a nice one there. They're all over. The best thing about these strawberries is they're all types of strawberries, but the number one thing is this: pesticide free. And last year we did fertilize this batch once. This year we didn't do any fertilizing at all, and this has been the best year by far. Now, one of the things I want to say is this particular area started with just 8 plants. Now there's probably near 100 plants. So I don't know if you guys can see, but we've got these runners back here, and they're going to start to produce even more plants. But we've had to kind of keep it contained and not spreading over too far. Yes, they've going over even to the salad bed. That's how far they've stretched out. But you gotta count. So this is what we have for the day. This is plenty. Now, one thing I wanted to add is, you may or may not see, but there's area in here where there are natural plants that have thorns on them. And so we've allowed those thorns to thrive. That way, if mammals come through here, it'll discourage them away. And so the only thing we really have to worry about are bugs. Now, any little critters and, you know, let's say rabbit or squirrels or whatever, they're gonna be very discouraged because there's thorns growing through all out here. And this is how we keep it maintained also from different pests. Now, the last thing we'll harvest, not now, but later today, because we got stuff to do, is we're going to be harvesting peas. There are peas all in this area here. And so I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what we're going to be eating on, at least for today. And again, we'll be harvesting more strawberry tomorrow. So again, we've been harvesting strawberries every single day for about 3 weeks now. So it's like you pick them and they just keep coming. Pick them, they keep coming. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks.